and gentlemen, I am in a 2011 CTS-V. Pretty much one of my favorite American cars ever made. I had not had the privilege to drive one yet. I have rented in them, but this is my first time driving. And what's great about this car is it's the best of both worlds. What's normally dominated by the Europeans with luxury and performance, this totally either is on the same benchmark or even above it. Yeah, I know, it's like, go America, but at the same time, it's, wow, go America. The seats in this are freaking fantastic. There are 14 different modes in these seats alone, so it's pretty incredible. The interior is, with no surprise, immaculate. For how much you pay for this car, which it's not cheap, absolutely not, but it's, for how much you pay, everything is beautiful. Everything is soft, it's leather, it's wood trim. Everything's just fantastic. Best thing about this car is it's so invisible to other people. There's no possible way in this stock form that people would know that this has a 500 plus horsepower V8 LS motor. Everything in this car, because it's so quiet, everything is just smooth and magnetic ride takes over everything. And there's hardly even any wind noise. It's ridiculous. And I can't believe that even when you get on it, it's still semi-quiet. All right, so this is a roll-on from like 60, so it's an automatic, so man it. Oh, that threw me back in the seat. I hold my wine glass like this as I do this. It's so easy to drive. The motor is a 6.2 liter supercharged V8, and it's a detuned version of the ZR1 motor. It also has huge Brembo brakes on it. I mean, this thing stops on a dime. The brakes are so responsive that you just barely have to touch them, and boom, you're slowed down, like just like that. It's a really great pedal feel. I can imagine if you were doing like a circuit race or something like that, or a time attack, the brakes would be one of your favorite things. GM especially has stepped up their brakes a lot. Remember that red supercharged GTO that I drove? And his name was L. Well, this is L's new car. He's letting go of the GTO, but I think it's a very justifiable reason. Even though this is about 200 horsepower less than his GTO was, he is trading it for so much better things. When you got on that GTO, it was more boy racer. It's more of our generation, if that makes sense. This is much more appealing to an older crowd. It makes total sense. But with our tuner mindset of our generation is, you know, luxury, who needs it? We just want to go as fast as we want. But with this, you have everything you'll ever need in this car. You have OnStar, you have AC. Shoot, I don't even care that it has a 500 horsepower V8. I just care about my butt being cooled down. It has the greatest butt coolers of all time. Everything just feels high class, and you feel like that I need to hold my wine glass like this. It's just, I'm like overwhelmed with how nice it is in here. And it even has the ambient lighting when it gets dark outside. Even though this car is stock, I know it's not gonna stay stock long. L is just not that way. He's gonna go to Rick Crawford and do the same freaking thing. In this stock form, I can totally see why it's so appealing to so many kinds of people. I'm sure it would be a very tough decision getting in a BMW, 5 Series or 3 Series and then hop in this and realize just how fast it is. I mean, the big selling point of this car is that it dominated at the Nürburgring when it came out. And that was kind of the whole point of it, was Cadillac wanted to prove that an American car could have the best of both worlds and be fast around the track. The stability control in this car is very interesting because as soon as you hit it, you feel everything change. You feel the suspension kind of change, and you feel the steering becomes, my analogy is, it comes much more German. It has much heavier steering than it would in the comfort mode, which makes sense though, because you get more feedback, it feels more controllable, and you feel everything going on with the car. The magnetic ride, all of it working together, the technology. Around bends and whatnot, everything is in sync with each other. It's like a team effort. So when you go around a bend, this is communicating to that and vice versa. When this happened, a lot of people were shocked that Cadillac kind of came out of left field with this car. I mean, when you think Cadillac, you think smooth, comfortable, nice inside, which this does perfectly. But at the same time, you don't think track monster, because this thing is a track monster. So as I come to the stop sign, I'm gonna hold everything, and everything's off now. So I'm gonna have some fun. So you know what happens when you turn everything off, right? You have to go from a dead stop. So dig time. So foot on the brake, kind of, and go. Oh, we're roasting. Oh, there it goes. All right. Get that little hint of supercharger whine. It's great because right when you get to the power band, you just hear that squeal, that whine. It's awesome. And I totally didn't lay down more lines. I never did such a thing. See all that crap I just did? I just did that with my butt cooled. I'm the happiest camper in the world right now. Another step up from L's previous car is he had a bunch of separate gauges to tell him, you know, tire pressure and all that, but he doesn't need that anymore. It's all built into the car already. You know, this is built in the car. A wonderful, wonderful dig setup. My butt's being cooled down so good right now. It's so anticlimactic almost, you know, you're just cruising along and you don't realize how quick you're going. Like, out of all the cars I've ever said this statement, which I've said a bajillion times, by the way, I've said, you don't realize how fast you're going. You really don't realize how fast you're going. You look down and it's cool because as the gauge goes up, a red pattern follows it. So it kind of gives you a definitive point of where, like, how fast you're going. This is the kind of car, ladies and gentlemen, where you just cruise along and you think about life and where you're going with everything. What's so incredible about this car is, I've said this already, guys, but, you know, cruising down the road, minding my own business, quiet as can be, everything's fine. And then you're like, where's the Dr. Evil side of me? And then you slow down, and then you go to 20 miles an hour, and then you mat it. And supercharger. All right, that's good enough. All right, guys, I know I didn't have that much to say a lot about this car. I'm very proud of Cadillac and GM for making such a great product. So I want to thank all of you once again for watching this quick little video. So I will see you guys next time as I do this 16-point turn. And take it easy. I'll see you next time. Off I go. That was awesome.